Alright, so you're about to witness me argue with myself, okay? It's kind of weird, because I had a question, because for episode 27 of No Time to Grind, featuring Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, is essentially, how basic can a game be? Because I started playing Pod Racer, and just kind of went through it, and was playing for a bit, and then I discovered that I had already gone a third of the way through, without even trying or paying attention, and so some games you play and you wonder, how long is this game? It's pretty standard practice for me to check out how long the game for the podcast is. Preferably the shorter the better, so that I can make things like this and our other podcasts, plug. And then I find out the speedrun for Pod Racer is like 30 minutes. Because technically to win, all you need to do is 7 races. But if you want to squeeze out as much content as you can, you're looking at 25 races. That's it. Compared to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, who has 48 tracks, but then also 5 different battle modes with their own maps. Mario Kart also has 21 items compared to Pod Racer's 0. And I rant about this more in the actual podcast, so check that out. But damn, keeping up the comparison, in my books, let's see, 25 out of 48 tracks, 1 out of 5 modes, 0 out of 21 items, that's 26 out of 74. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is 35% the game that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is. Oh man, I just forgot about parts. It must be like 20% of the game. There's like, because both have parts. But there's so many parts, Mario Deluxe. I can't be bothered figuring that out on the spot. But now, okay, this isn't to bag on Pod Racer. This is to ask a question, how basic can the game be? Because Pod Racer is still really fun, even though the gameplay itself lacks the depth that other games do. But after a discussion that I won't go into too much, just in case we want to discuss it further in a future podcast or video. So Adrian likes games that are more like a service, like Smite or Payday 2, whereas to me, that lacks the substance that a game needs to drive me to play it. Take into consider Overwatch, which is a fantastic game by every right, but to me lacks the goal at the end of the tunnel. What these games have in common is the lack of like an end goal. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. The achievement is being skilled at the game, and that's for bragging rights. Even the grindiest MMOs have that goal of like a max level, you know? My best example of, as of late, is Monster Hunter World, which is quite a grind, but there is still that specific goal to get to Tempered Kieran and beat him. From there, the goal is less clear, and personally, that's where I lost interest. Now, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but is that okay? This is all some games are. Isn't that the biggest problem we've been having with EA lately? Is that they're just multiplayer? Isn't this the reason that people have been really happy with the PlayStation 4 exclusives having those good, deep stories? In a world where you constantly just prestige, you just keep playing to better your KDR, or you want to increase your chicken dinners, it can be a fun journey, especially with friends, because they don't play the game for the destination. Which is what I realize now, what I do. I'm not a completionist in any way, yet I play to finish the games. For the narrative, like Super Metroid, or what the developers consider the experience, like Monster Hunter World. I can't complete Overwatch or Smite. The credits don't roll when you get a victory royale. Editor's note, they might, because I've never got one, I can't tell. So, to my surprise, when the best example of all of this is Journey. I've played it once, reached the destination, and never picked it up again. That's literally what the game doesn't want you to do. It wants you to experience going through it, the journey. So, while I'm sure I'm not alone in needing the drive of a game to have substance, a game is about the journey. Simple gameplay, complicated gameplay, story or no story, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or just simply Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Maybe you're like me and want that ending, maybe you enjoy the grind that I can't bear. Or maybe you're all about playing some games no matter the game with your friends. At the end of the day, how basic a game can be depends on the player, and it has a basic answer. The most basic a game can be is fun. But to hear deeper thoughts, specifically on Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, check out the podcast, No Time to Grind, notimetogrindpodcast.com. Go to our Facebook, facebook.com/No Time to Grind Podcast. Oh, and if you have any comments on this particular topic, just, you know where to put them. This is YouTube. I don't need to teach you anything. What are you talking about? Alright, bye.